The Fog City Rollers and Roller Derby Association of Canada have joined forces to co-host the very first Atlantic Canada Roller Derby Tournament. It's the Sleigh of Fundy, as the best teams in the Maritimes go head-to-head to be the first ever Atlantic champions. Find out what happens next on Rogers TV.
Hello and welcome to the LBR in St. John, New Brunswick. My name is Tristan Murray and I will be your host for this Championship Sunday. And one of our commentators today will be Ian McKillum.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Sleigh of Fun Day. This one is presented by the Roller Derby Association of Canada along with the Fog City Rollers here in St. John, New Brunswick. Now for today's afternoon game in the semifinals, it will be the Shipyard Sirens here home in St. John facing off against the Jam Jams from Newfoundland. And of course the Jam Jams lost to the Shipyard Sirens in their opening game, and now they will get a second chance of redemption. For those of you who don't know, the Shipyard Sirens had a chance to book their ticket to the final today, but lost by 3 points to the Lumber Smacks. Now they get a second chance, and whoever comes out on top today will be in the final two here in this weekend's tournament, which has been an excellent level of play all weekend long. Still, of course, that championship game to come at 6 p.m. The Lumber Smacks from Moncton, of course, a very experienced team. We saw them, of course, play the Shipyard Sirens here earlier this year in St. John when the Sirens came out on top in overtime. And ever since we saw the Jam Jams lose their first round game, they have really just been taken off ever since there. They were able to beat the Daisy Cutters in overtime to advance to this semifinal. And of course, this is both teams playing their second bout of the day. And the winner will have to play a third later tonight at 6 o'clock. So this one's just about both teams still talking amongst each other. Be ready to go here in a few minutes here at the LBR in St. John. The Shipyard Sirens losing their last game to the Lumber Smacks by 3 points earlier this morning. So now both these teams a rematch of the first round. So you see the officials in the middle of the track who count the penalties for both teams. It is already guaranteed that one New Brunswick team will be in the finals, and of course, it's possible that the Shipyard Sirens could join them, winning here this afternoon. But now you see the Sirens taking the track with Nessa Quick as the jammer. Meanwhile, for the Jam Jams, it's number C3PO, Rainbow Fight.
It should be a really tight game coming up. This one's going to be amazing. Shipyard Sirens are really good, and we just saw C3PO, Rainbow Fight, put up an amazing fight in the last game.
So now you see Nessa Quick trying to make a move to the outside. She gets hit and bumped around before finally making her way through as lead jammer. Rainbow fights.
Fighting her way through.
C3PO still trying to make her initial pass, and there you see she is still yet to do it. Nessa Quick moving up the rear of the pack. Gets stuck behind 3 blockers.
Really intense wall work, that's what that is.
And that first jam lasts just past 30 seconds. 3 points put up for the Sirens.
Nessa Quick called it off early, just in time before our Rainbow Fight made it to the pack to score any points.
So now it looks like Rainbow Fight will stay on the track as the jammer for the Jam Jams as Fancy Nancy. We will see her be the jammer for the first time this afternoon. And there you see Rainbow Fight off to a fast start before finally running into some good wall work.
There
from
she
the
goes,
Sirens.
she made it through the front. She is now your lead jammer.
So it's the first opportunity for Rainbow Fight.
Fancy Nancy just made it through the front of the pack. Let's see what happens next.
So now it's Rainbow
Oh,
Fight.
she's calling
moving
it
up.
off.
And there, do you think that was really just a defensive move by Rainbow Fight to prevent the Sirens from scoring any points?
Totally, absolutely. She is an amazing jammer. She is doing an awesome job. She thinks ahead and she will stop the other team from scoring anything whatsoever. I love that they're crawling up to the front of the line. That's awesome.
So now it looks like Cemetery Jane, who will be the jammer for the Jam Jams. Meanwhile, it's Chillin' Villain for the Shipyard Sirens, and both jammers are set, and there you see
Shipyard
that.
Sirens has made it through. She has your lead jammer status. She can call it off at any time.
So now Chillin' Villain comes up now, gets set, tries to work to the inside,
And she calls it off just before Jam Jams even get it close to the pack.
so you see a 3-3 here in the opening minutes, and really even in high-scoring games, those 3 points can make a difference. We saw that earlier this morning.
Oh yeah.
The Lumber Smacks just sneaking by the Shipyard Sirens.
This is going to be quite the battle. I'm really excited for this game.
So now it's Molly Millions, the jammer for the Shipyard Sirens. She is through, but she is not lead jammer.
She got a minor during that.
So now it's still up for grabs with the Jam Jams, an opportunity to grab the lead jammer position, and there you see they're unable to do it either.
Mike Titan is her name.
So now Mike Titan unable to make her initial pass, and now you see both jammers coming up once again into the pack. Molly Millions takes a few bumps and shoves. And there you see the initial pass is made and points put up on the board for the Jam Jams.
They're going to be skating for a full 2-minute jam, I believe. There is no lead jammer this bout.
So now Molly Millions takes a hit and falls to the ground. Blockers will reset here.
As you can see, Rainbow Fighters putting up quite the effort as a blocker this jam. Not only is she a jammer, she's an amazing blocker as well.
So Molly Millions taking all sorts of hitting and shoving, falling to the ground. And
Just going to try to surge her out as much as possible, which they successfully did.
And there you see the first penalty of the bout. It will go to the Shipyard Sirens. They will be short. Now tied at 8:20 seconds left in the jam. Molly Millions getting close to the front of the pack. Still one more blocker to beat. She gets around her. And there you see a pass made by Mike Titan, but no points awarded.
She is getting sent to the box for cutting the track by the looks of it. Or a high block.
And as far as a high block goes, does that mean that she hit her above the legal area?
Exactly. Basically, she hit her kind of like in the shoulder, chest area. That's a high block right there.
So now after a full 2-minute jam, it's 14-8 in favor of the Shipyard Sirens. Just about 5 minutes into this opening a half here at the semifinals of the Sleigh of Funday here in St. John.
And taking the line is 421, Fancy Nancy for Shipyard Sirens, as the jammer is in the box for the Jam Jams.
So a power jam to begin.
Yes. Oh, going into an official timeout right now.
Maybe looking to discuss some points or penalties.
Yeah, they're just going to make sure that everything was clean and all that jazz.
And you see a lot of official timeouts in roller derby, maybe because there's so many officials, so many jobs to be done that they just have to make sure that everyone's really on the same page.
Well, it's more along the lines of we just need to make sure that everyone, like the coaches, are happy with the calls that are made, really. Making sure that everything is fair. Oh, after examination, they are sending her to the box. Rainbow Fighter for the Jam Jams.
So only 3 blockers now on the track.
And it's still a power jam.
So a blocker along with a jammer in the box for the Jam Jams to begin this jam. Shipyard Sirens have 1 blocker in the penalty box. And can you explain the strategy here where you see the 3 blockers lined up along the outside of the track?
Okay, so basically what they're going to be doing is kind of like, it's called ducks. Let's see what actually happened though. It might have been a direction of play kind of a thing. So yes, they're basically lining up like that along the line so that they can help their jammer get through a little better.
And there you see the blockers move back to the inside of the track and sneaking to the outside there.
Giving Fancy Nancy the title of lead jammer.
And of course a power jam and another penalty awarded to the Jam Jams as Fancy Nancy quickly moves through the pack there, puts up some more points, and looks to extend the Shipyard Sirens lead here with the penalty box filled up.
Happy.
Jam Jams taking lots of penalties early on as the Shipyard Sirens watch their first penalty come to an end as they are back to full strength. 24-8, they lead it now. And once again, that's Fancy
Nancy making it through the pack. It looks like she's really close to the maximum jams, what's it called?
And there you see she puts an end to that one, and you think it's because she saw the jammer standing up in the penalty box for the Jam Jams.
Which means that the jammer would have had 10 seconds until she was released. And I think she was released just before she called it off.
So now the Jam Jams will start to see some of their skaters come back onto the track as the penalty box starts to empty out. Now we'll see Cemetery Jane.
And Nessa Quick for St. John.
Cemetery Jane's second try at being a jammer here this afternoon. Nessa Quick runs over too.
Did well.
And she is sent to the penalty box right away.
That's a back block major right there if you ever saw one.
And there you see the other jammer sent to the penalty box as well.
Ooh, 2 jammers in the box. That just means that Nessa Quick gets to go.
And you don't see that very often. Nessa Quick really just going in there a fraction of a second before that penalty was called to the Jam Jams.
Well, what happens is you can't have 2 jammers in the box, right? So The first jammer in there has to get released as soon
And
as
can you
the other
explain
one.
why both jammers got released in that situation there?
Yeah, okay, so basically 2 jammers in the box, you serve as much time as the previous jammer before you served. So Nessa Quick just got in there. As soon as she sat down, the other jammer came in and had to be released.
And Nessa Quick just blowing through the pack here, putting up some points for the Sirens. Now 34-8. As there you see Cemetery Drain tries to make a move to the outside, but solid wall blocking from the Sirens as Nessa Quick weaves her way through.
She is living up to that name. She is quick.
It's now 39-8 throughout the final 30 seconds of the jam as Cemetery Jane moves through the pack. No points scored. And now Nessa Quick moves through and she puts up some more points for the Shipyard Sirens. Cemetery Jane now works up the rear of the pack and moves through almost untouched there.
Pretty much just sneaking by. If you're not looking, that's the perfect time for a jammer to make her way through.
Nessa Quick slowly enters the pack, then gets a burst of speed trying to work her way to the inside. She puts up some more points and this jam is coming to an end here as we played the full 2 minutes there. Of course, with Cemetery Jane and Nessa Quick both getting penalties right in the opening seconds of the jam. It's now 48-12 to 14, excuse me, for the Shipyard Sirens. It's about 10 minutes into the first half.
Fancy Nancy and Rainbow Fight are taking the line.
We've seen both of them already go.
Exactly. Rainbow Fight is extremely entertaining to watch.
And you see they kind of use her as their go-to jammer when they really need some points up
Some
after
extra
allowing
points.
a lot.
She just nails her way through. She is the lead jammer.
So Rainbow Fight will have control of this jam as here she works up the rear of the pack and blows through the pack.
And she calls it off just as Fancy Nancy approaches to the pack.
And really just a great
She
job
gets
there
her
by...
points and doesn't let Fancy Nancy get any in return.
Exactly.
And she's not leaving that jam line, eh?
And yes, we'll see here for a second jam in a row, and that's the kind of jams you need if you are the Jam, seeing as how they already are down by a substantial 30 points, so it's better to prevent the Sirens from scoring as many points as they can.
We'll see how Chillin' Villain takes it.
There goes the whistle. Rainbow Fight once again trying to get off to a fast start, and she gets to the inside
takes
and
everyone with her.
And Rainbow
There
Fight
we go.
absolutely showing no mercy. And she is right beside Chillin' Villain. She tries to take
her out. This is her strategy. We learned this in the last game that I saw her in. She is relentless.
And if you can really hit your opposing jammer to the ground and slow them down, that gives you a great opportunity to score some points.
And now she's calling it off. And it's causing her a major penalty. Next.
So you see Rainbow Fight really trying to knock over Chillin' Villain there.
Barely getting anything. What is it?
So now you see Chillin' Villain once again the jammer for the Sirens. She's not having any luck moving her way through in this power jam.
No, the jams are really good at blocking.
And it's coming at a good time, of course, on the power jam. That's when you need good blocking like this. As finally, Chillin' Villain moves through and puts up some points for the Sirens. Now 53-18. As now you see Rainbow Fight standing in the penalty box, getting ready to come back on.
See how she takes it. She will come in
There's no
running.
only one blocker left on the track for the Shipyard Sirens. You see both jammers coming in, Rainbow Fight.
Rainbow Fight's gonna probably try to knock her out. Oh,
Rainbow Fight, a
surges in
great
front of
speed,
her.
great move, to the
keeping
inside
low,
of the track.
and she's keeping low so that she doesn't get hit and knocked out.
So that puts an end to that jam.
And she's going to take a sit.
Shipyard Sirens extend that lead to 40. Here as now we'll see Molly Millions as the jammer for the Shipyard Sirens.
Tipsy Velvet is taking the line for the Jam Jams.
Now see Molly Millions got a bit of a head start off the jammer line there. She tries to make a move to the inside. Bodies flying all over the place. And there you see
she is
Tipsy
not
Velvet.
going to be taken out, that's for sure.
Tipsy Velvet absolutely plowed her way through the pack there. She's awarded lead jammer. And now Molly Millions shortly behind her.
And she's calling it off right before Molly Millions could even attempt to make it through the pack.
And a good play there by the Jam Jams. They put up their 5 points, and they're happy with that. They don't want to allow any more points by the Sirens.
Fancy Nancy is back at the line with Rainbow Fight. Let's see how this goes.
Two very good jammers that we've seen here early on.
Extremely good. Oh, it looks like we're in a timeout. The crowd is getting amped up because this is coming up at the end of the games.
So just about 15 minutes left in the first half. Shipyard Sirens jumping out to a big lead in a very big game. The winner will play at 6 o'clock tonight for a chance to be crowned Atlantic champions.
It'll be against Muddy River Rollers, which is my home league. Yeah. The Lumber Smacks, they
It's now the officials talking things over.
Team Zebra seems to be laughing at this one, just making sure that everything's good. I like how Rainbow Fight's just sitting on the track, just chilling out.
So Rainbow Fight, as you can see there, is kind of chilling, waiting for the officials to have everything figured out. And now she's back up on her feet to go head-to-head with Fancy Nancy.
We are ready to go.
Ready to get the action back underway here. First half action here from LBR in St. John, New Brunswick. The Sleigh of Funday here on this weekend in September. The winner will be crowned Atlantic champions.
And they could be going, I've heard whispers about it being in Edmonton Nationals. It's pretty amazing.
It now looks like both teams ready to go.
They're waiting patiently for the jammer whistle to be released.
Penalty box is empty.
That's what they were stalling for. They wanted to get everyone on the track as possible.
Now everybody back on the track. There goes the whistle. Rainbow Fight once again showing that
Takes
speed.
the lead, coming up to this wall. Whoa, smashes right through it. Not a second hesitation. She is your lead jammer.
Now Rainbow Fight putting on great speed and absolutely plowing through the pack. Now she's once again trying to hit Fancy Nancy off the track.
There we go.
And Fancy
Nancy made it through the pack, scoring 4 points in that.
And once again, just a wise move from Fancy Nancy, really just moving through the pack, putting up her points and putting an end to the jam before the Jams can do any damage of their own. Now 63-24 in favor of the Shipyard Sirens.
Not Fancy Nancy. Nessa Quick joins us on the jammer line with Rainbow Fight.
And we've seen Rainbow Fight out there a lot so far as the jammer.
She is going to be the jammer for the majority of this game. She was last time as well.
So now the blockers starting off slowly. Jammer whistle yet to be blown.
There we go.
And they're off. It's Rainbow Fight once again using her speed to try and get to the inside. This time she gets stuck behind a wall, squeezes through 2 blockers, gets to the outside, and it will be Rainbow
Followed
Fight.
extremely quickly, and she is gonna try to knock her out. Nessa Quick takes the lead. Come on, Nessa.
Nessa Quick, a great move getting the outside there, and
she's leaving the track smiling because she just accomplished something that was very difficult. She made it in front of Rainbow Fight.
it's not very often that you pass the lead jammer like that and force them to put an end to the jam without even scoring any points.
Chillin' Villain is taking the line for the Shipyard Sirens.
Meanwhile, it's Cemetery.
Jane.
Seen her a few times here in the first half. She's done a good job.
She's been doing a great job as well.
Give Rainbow Fight a break for a few jams, and Cemetery Drain trying to make a move to the outside, but it's Chillin' Villain who is awarded lead jammer with a good move to the inside of the track, but shortly behind her is Cemetery Jane, and once again...
And she's calling it off. There we go. Trying to make sure that Cemetery Jane doesn't get any points at all.
And it looks like the Sirens were able to put up a few points as Chillin' Villain zooms through that pack just before Cemetery Jane made it.
Yeah, she's doing a good job.
So now Cemetery Jane once again will... Oh, she started on the jammer line, and now she'll skate off, and she'll now skate back.
She's trying to decide, what are we doing? Molly Millions has it figured out, that's for sure.
So now it will be Molly Millions against Cemetery Jane, and the Jam's really using jammers for consecutive jams here early on, keeping them in there and using their good jammers to try and narrow this early deficit. Of course, the loser of this one is sent home packing. And there you see it's Molly Millions making the nice move to the inside. She is awarded lead jammer, and it will be a power jam as Cemetery Jane is sent to the penalty box. Here comes Molly Millions, swerving her way around, takes 2 big hits, getting sandwiched between 2 blockers.
That's a Rainbow Fighter, and she's relentless. She wasn't giving up for the longest time. Let's see if she gets called on it. Yep.
Now Molly Millions being sent to the penalty box, so now we should expect to see Cemetery Jane come back on. So now Cemetery Jane, now with a power jam of her own, tries to move to the outside.
Gets surged out, and they are trying to make her go as far back as they possibly can. Here comes Molly Millions, trying to break, oh, nice, makes it right through the pack.
And Molly Millions, great recovery right out of the penalty box and makes it look easy.
Not a second hesitation.
4 points as she moves through the pack, almost untouched, and there you see Cemetery Jane sliding all over that track. Cemetery Jane trying to move through that last defender, gets pushed off the track as Molly Millions makes the move to the inside and gets through. And you see Cemetery Jane takes a tumble as Molly Millions gets set to work up to the rear of the pack with Cemetery Jane shortly behind her in the final 10 seconds of the jam. Molly Millions getting sandwiched between 2 blockers and then gets hit to the ground hard.
Surging her out, good job.
And that'll be the end of that jam, with both teams really showing some competitiveness. But it was the Shipyard Sirens putting up more points